Okay, now it should be back.
Yeah, it's on.
Sorry. So apparently OBS, it might be the fact that I haven't updated it for a bit, but OBS doesn't actually automatically pick up the microphone and jumps to something that it's not supposed to. Yay!
Fun. Should have been the tech priest.
Yeah, well, I'm as close as you're gonna get at this point in time. So I am quickly just updating the information because it has been absolute crazy to get here. So we are on episode 36. And it does say episode 35. That was 2 weeks ago. That is not true. I ran, and this is mostly applicable to Rhiannon actually, more than anyone else. I actually ran the math somewhat over the past week. So we play every second Wednesday for about 4 hours for the past 5 years. So 52 weeks a year. If we take off about 6 weeks, not playing over December, January, which is usually downtime, round about down to 46 weeks. Half that is every second week. 23 weeks times 5, that is 115 weeks times 4 hours. We're running at about 460 hours that this campaign has been running.
At this point, like I said, I'm quite adept at playing D&D.
So, and Rhiannon has been here for by far the most of it. They were here a session or two that you had to miss, unfortunately.
You should get like a participation ribbon.
I thought participation trophies is something you get when you're in preschool.
I want
Adults like that too.
No, trophy's a trophy, I still.
So, yeah, we've been playing on this campaign for a while. We haven't been live streaming everything, obviously. The live stream's been live for about a year and a half. And we are still very much trying to improve the quality of the stream, so there are things changing with that. Speaking of, Rhiannon, how does the light behind me look?
It is. It's just checking.
It feels a little bit overpowering, maybe.
You could drop the overall. I don't know if you can adjust it on OBS. Overall brightness is very high.
Yeah, the new room is a little bit high.
I like the lighting effect behind you. It makes it less plain.
Yeah, it does lose this torch a little bit.
If you turn the light off quickly, just see the difference.
No, the light's better.
Yeah, it seems dead in that corner without it.
There's life!
You just play around with the total exposure and contrast of the image if you can.
I'm just trying to find that now.
I don't know if you can, but...
Duck and dive.
I need my radioactive sustenance. I'm a creature.
Will found a new way to make whiskey by using necronium.
Hey, I've never tried eating it. I mean...
Yeah, well, every time we've touched it, it's just worked out marvelous.
That don't work?
And swallow it.
It's worked out marvelously for me. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, sorry, we're not all
That is somehow worse.
Welcome to the world of technical troubleshooting. It's a never-ending one.
Wasn't on my sway.
I don't believe it.
Yeah.
Roll for deception.
Against?
Fuck, it's 6.
It doesn't matter. He failed.
Albo summons woodland creatures. Moths.
In preparation for Lord of the Rings. Fly, you fools.
But none of them had wings. Do you think in his old age it is Gandalf that was the fool?
Yeah, he should have specialized in animals like Radagast.
God damn, he went fast with those rabbits.
Should have taken more wizards of level and less with. That didn't come out. Should have taken more levels of wizard and less levels of fighter.
Nah, I think you should have left the pipe at home.
That as well. Leave it back in the Shire.
Hobbit's leaf.
Yeah. It's
This was
look, his weed is the only reason he became Gandalf the White.
No, there's just that thing where he's like, I was delayed, you were to meet us. Before
Oh,
he
yeah.
tells him, and it's like, I was delayed, and then you see Gandalf at the rave.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you see Gandalf return as Gandalf the White, it is quite significant, as the cost of dry cleaning in Mordor must have been excruciating on Middle Earth.
I'm not finding a darken or brighten. I shall have to play around with it.
Well, I think it's a very limited application with the phone. as
True.
a camera. So that's why I wouldn't expect it to have any sort of.
So, yeah, we shall be hopefully upgrading that soon. I am noticing that for some reason it is massively out of focus right now, which is
It's really me that walked in front of it.
yes, it's just easier to blame you.
You broke the focus.
Focus, man.
I would say the focus was right where it should be.
You must focus.
Oh,
Well,
but
according to
then-
this one, the focus is correct, which means it's probably a bandwidth problem more than anything else. Which sucks, but it is what it is. Oh, fuck.
Oh, yep. Oh dear.
Oh, that's successful.
Everyone is flying.
Yeah, it's just like,
Way! Motto.
We actually know what we're doing, everyone. Just in case you were wondering.
If you weren't following,
trust us, we're
I have
professionals.
played this for a while.
It's like, trust us, I'm a professional.
Oh, these are very nice dice.
Which you guys will.
I don't know, I bought them when I got you yours there.
Oh,
Like 2 years ago, Black Friday. These are my will dice.
see?
It's a bit scary.
Mike, why are you skew?
It's a recent development.
Of course you just kill.
Better?
Give him the following picture.
Yeah, well, no, that does explain quite a lot. Believe it or not.
Yeah. If it makes you feel better, she's been beating me over the head with a pan recently to try and correct the mistake.
What? I just did.
You get brain damage, and in order to fix it, we're gonna do more brain
You
damage.
see, her logic is you need a brain to get brain damage. Therefore,
So, for a change, I actually agree with her.
I'm sorry, but with the beating side of things, have none of us witnessed the absolute masterpiece that is Handsome Squidward? That came about with beatings. Not just that. Yeah.
So, moving on swiftly to what we're actually here to do tonight. Drink beer and kill player characters.
That statement is way too true.
When in doubt.
Scarily accurate.
Yeah, this
Yes,
is not
I
like
know.
Baldur's Gate 3. You can't go to Withers and revive.
I mean, if the right one of us survives, it's not over.
Meaning me.
No, those two.
Or
If
if
he
they
has a
survive.
resurrection and you have a
Reincarnation.
vision.
Oh, right.
You want me to be the one to do it, though. You don't want that.
Better version.
So you remember how Chewbacca reassembled C-3PO in Episode 5?
Oh well.
We'll drink to that.
Yeah.
As usual, I am drinking Drayman's because what else will I be drinking? At least for now. The last bottle of Goblin's Bitter that I have in stock, I shall have to make a plan to go buy more. I am also drinking it out of official Drayman's glass for a change.
Nice.
I mean,
Up to there.
if you want to do it, then at least do it properly.
So they say, sir. So they say.
When in Rome, do like the Romans.
So, if you are interested, they do have somewhat of an online presence, but it's a lot more fun to go to them and tell them we sent you, because we like it there. I do believe I have to stop by there on Saturday to actually do work for them, and then obviously buy beer. So, it's cool.
Cool.
Yeah, with that out of the way, there are some things in the stream that I am working on changing. So, I am playing around a little bit more to see how we can get slightly better viewership involvement. So, trying to figure out a way that you as the viewer and communicating on chat, how that might potentially affect things in game. I don't really want to go dumb dice route of, oh no, people watching say this and then the entire campaign changes. I think it's a very interesting idea, but it's not what I want to do. It's
Campaign.
their thing. I can do my own thing.
100 cents for a Tarask.
We should actually do something like that. So like, if you donate a certain amount, and then you can call upon a certain creature for the party to face.
Summon it from the ether.
Some guy that's just adding a map today. I don't like that guy's character.
Yeah.
That's a risk.
You can give them the control of how many dragons they can throw.
One
So-
joke, two joke, three joke.
We are still figuring out aspect. Well, I am mostly doing the figuring out part. These fools just sit around and make life difficult for me. Chaos. Admittedly, when I started this, I had no idea what I was walking into. Neither did they, but yeah.
I feel you like the short end of the school.
It's my first campaign too.
So, well, I started by being dungeon master.
Yeah.
I've never really been a player. I've got like 2 full sessions and 2 half sessions as a player in the past 5 years that I've been playing D&D. But anyways, it's not really why we're here. So yeah, there will be still some things changing in the stream. I do still feel that the camera is skew, but luckily it's only the camera that's skew and not any of us, at least that I'm aware of. Roll deception. With disadvantage.
Fuck it, it's 5.
Yeah, I don't believe you. Yeah.
Lock your doors.
So he's already inside.
Well, now we can just use the pen.
So we're now,
I have a lightsaber.
we're now at the stage of lock your doors.
It's down low.
For copyright reasons, that is a powered light stick.
Sunblade.
Okay, fine.
I actually
So you do have a choice between a deep elf blade and a sour kiko fish.
Okay, hold on, let me just get my sword out.
I've got swords. This is not a knife fight. You can leave your ice pick at home.
The benefit of the ice pick is I have a throw it back.
Yeah, let me just pull out my pistol.
That'd be too quick shot.
Is it the throw attack or split attack?
I don't think I should specify that. Family friendly stream.
The hot tour.
Oh man.
Oh my word. We haven't even started playing yet.
Welcome guys.
Trust us, we're professionals.
What the fuck? So, last we left off was a bit of a high point. I think that is actually a lot more copyrighted than the light stick that I took out earlier.
Keep it under 6 seconds. Under 6 seconds.
Speaking of Mike, we can actually do this properly. There's one for you.
Oh yeah.
And then I'll have a big one.
Why did you lick it?
What the fuck? I am very tired.
Everything's funny when you're tired.
Yeah, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning jokes. Problem is I've had like 2, 3 o'clocks in the mornings and still haven't slept, so...
Ever heard of drugs? Well, get ready for something better.
Well,
Caffeine.
running on caffeine and alcohol, so... Yes.
That's
Tonight's gonna be a fun one. So, last we left off, unfortunately I did not get to the point of building the ship that I wanted to build because, well, shit happened. Hopefully it's here in 2 weeks' time. It's not that ship. That is that's the Vengeance. The one that actually floats on water. That's
mine.
You can't have it.
my lord. My precious. I think that's actually the statistics.
I'm picturing Nemo. Mine.
Mine. Yeah, so last we left off, Will had successfully activated the beacon to let his warforged brethren know that Iraba is, at least from what he can perceive, or from their understanding, that Iraba is safe for the Warforged to return, and through several portals in the sky, a armada of flying ships appeared. Currently, you are all standing inside the guild hall looking up at this fairly vast, it's not, I mean, it's a decent armada in terms of your setting. I mean, it's not as if there's billions of these things, but there's quite a lot of ships, several large ones, several smaller, more maneuverable ones, hovering in the sky, looking down upon you.
I think that's more the concerning part.
So, how do you react to this development?
Well,
Yes.
you have a big gun. I think we're gonna need a bigger one.
Oh, they have the bigger ones. And I will start scouting to see how I can get on top of the roof. If there is any way for me to climb up.
So, I'm actually going to have you roll a history check on this one.
Cool.
I have my reasons.
Yeah.
More IRL history than anything else.
25.
So you do remember that before said building was burned down and built up again, you were able to climb up the stairs to the attic and exit to the roof via one of the attic windows. You also remember why you haven't done it since, seeing as despite Almo's best efforts, there is still a well-shaped crater next to the door leading to the guild.
I will cautiously I will go up, cautiously climb onto the roof. I assume he's still going to try and talk to me, but my
Like we've
attention will be
established before, he just turns and walks. No indication.
Okay, where are you heading off to?
I'm following him.
Okay.
Will just turns.
So, who is all following Will?
I'll follow. I'm confused.
Are you following him to the roof or onto the roof?
To the roof.
You're not stepping out.
He's a big man.
Okay. You're following him onto the roof.
No, also just by the side, just checking in what's going to happen in case of need to run.
Okay. Roll me a acrobatics check.
Acrobatics. I swear, guys.
Well, are you on the roof? That's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Acrobatics.
Do believe some of you actually have
16.
inspiration.
Oh yeah.
Acrobatics. Good.
Remember, it was you. Can't remember who else.
I think it's me.
No, I used my last session.
Okay.
22.
16.
So, despite not having traditional grippy soles under your feet, you do manage to find your footing and not slip off the roof this time.
I have learned. Also, last time I didn't slip off.
Well, technically you jumped off, but you're a bit more cautious this time.
I can fly. Nope.
So, yeah, you should probably tell that story to some of the newer party members that is not aware of why there is a well-shaped crater outside. But
Who does not know the story of the bullshit crater?
well, you are currently on the roof along with Coyote and the other two on
And
the
around the
so-
corner, you just hear Ragwell. Is everything all right?
I'm just coming up here to greet my armada.
That tracks.
Push his head back.
So, meta,
Mm-hmm.
for the players that do not. Do you know?
But this fiend's gonna know.
No, I think none of the current
Why
party
is a
members.
bullshit crater?
Yeah.
I know there is a warship, but I don't know why it's a warship.
Okay. It was long ago. About 5 years, if I recall.
And then our timeline, in
Our-
terms
our
of the
timeline,
game,
not-
we're
not game,
probably about
timeline.
6-7 months. give or take.
Yeah. We faced like 3 or 4 baby dragons. New party, but 3 baby dragons. It was at that time when we had a barbarian that pissed them off. Will, being smart, said, no, I'm going to flank them. Climbing on top of the building, getting onto the roof. At that time, one of the baby red dragons, if I recall, no, purple, it was a purple.
So it was, if I remember correctly, it was 2 bronze and a silver.
The silver dragon took off and was going to fly away. Will said, I'm going to catch a ride.
Catch a ride!
He did in fact not catch the ride. Leaping from the rooftop with 2 daggers in hand, valiantly missing the dragon and completely cratering the road beneath.
Lovely.
Yeah, that was still really as a style.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just Vodka, the barbarian.
Yeah.
So the party looked very different back then.
Oh yes, we had a wizard even.
To be fair, there was a few wizards.
I was the only non-classic what do you call it? Class.
Aurelius was a paladin.
Yes.
Fighter.
Fighter.
Champion fighter.
fighter, barbarian, wizard.
Lindor was an
Rogue.
halfling rogue.
Yeah, rogue.
And then the artificer.
Artificer.
We'll kill the traditional adventuring party.
Hey, you all have to start somewhere. Nothing wrong with the traditional adventuring party. It took us several years to break that trope. Literally.
I didn't kill him, right?
Each step at the guy around you.
Yeah.
Seeing as most of them died before we started live streaming, there's no true way to verify those words, is there?
Exactly.
Do you want me to show you my notes? They're dated.
Well, I mean, that's exactly the problem. It's your notes.
Yeah.
It's biased based on your perception.
You know who the original note taker was? John. Do you want me to go fetch his notes? The wizard / mortal enemy of Will.
The frenemy.
Yeah, there was also the Wood Elf Sorcerer for a while.
Oh,
like
yeah.
3 sessions.
Yeah, we did 8.
What's that name?
Jock, Methuselah.
Yes,
That wasn't all retarded.
We've had some interesting times, yes. Anyway, I climbed onto the roof.
Okay, you are on the roof.
Yes, I am standing valiantly.
Shall we get a roof for you to be on?
No, thank you.
Damn it.
Unless you have one me to place a miniature on the roof.
Huh?
Unless you want me to place a miniature on the roof.
So one of the things I'm considering is to try for a more cinematic combat environment. But kind of need some more cameras for that first.
Okay,
So-
on the roof.
Yes, standing valiantly with my cape in
White cape billowing and...
Do you have prestidigitation?
Is there wind?
hand. Did you know which one? Do not have prestidigitation. I'm a DM, is there wind?
Cloak of billowing.
That's why I'm asking if it has prestidigitation or anything, just like create a small wind.
I do have prestidigitation.
So there's no wind.
But you can make it.
Oh, a puff of wind to make my cape. Multiple puffs of wind to make my cape flutter, as well as
Yeah, see, us biologicals call those farts.
I also flavor 1 cubic foot behind my rear.
And make it smell of daffodils.
No, I will
Mother
just
oil.
plainly be standing on the roof. No billowing capes or flavored cubes. I was going to add sparks also, but no, just standing there. But pretty much at the beacon so that they can see me when they get closer.
Yeah, I mean, we'll just call
Too bad this was at night. I see Batman like the flashing turn.
Yo, well, usually when I think Batman, I think it's in bat metal where the cape goes over his face.
No, not Batman.
And I broke the string.
Yep. What were we here to do again? Well, wasn't that you saying in the beginning? My tolerance for bullshit is very low.
For taking bullshit, not creating it. There's a difference. Oh, fuck, I'm tired. So, as you look up, the majority of the armada is staying there in the sky. They are actives. They are spreading out a little bit over the islands, trying to get a top-down view, very much tactical, looking down, getting the lay of the land. What's going on there? What damages have been caused? You do notice a small skiff floating down towards you. So at this point, I haven't actually updated this yet. Roll a perception check, the two of you that's actually on the roof. two of you that's not on the roof.
See the inside of a building.
Is it a noise building?
24.
14.
So you notice several of the Rivergate townsfolk have stopped dead and are looking up at something that they've clearly never seen before. This is completely new to them. These ships flying around. Well, you're more concerned with the skiff coming down towards you. So, at least the way I picture it or understand it, when you went to climb up, you were on the outside of the building, not on the inside. So the building is, it's almost circular with courtyard and center, and you're on the outside of the roof.
Yes. I assume it's a sloped roof.
Yeah, so it does slope both ways, but from what I understood, you climbed out on the outside.
Yes, I climbed out on the outside, kind of made my way so that one foot is on the middle of the roof, and the other leaning back.
Okay, so this skiff comes down, and the side stops level at the bottom edge of the slope, and you notice the whirring of some gears and mechanical apparatuses as a drawbridge is flipped over, locking onto the side of the roof. There's a bit of scuttling about. You do recognize some creatures you haven't seen in quite a long time. Some of the majority of which, and the most prominent of which, is more like yourself, more warforged, less glamorously clad than you currently are. They don't really have the cloaks with the billowing and that sort of thing, because those things tend to get in the way when it comes to combat.
Knockers.
And among them, scuttling about quite a bit shorter, you do notice several of the workers, the Modron and the various companions, scuttling about the ship, keeping everything in check and trying to maintain it to work as it's intended to be. As you stand, you notice a slightly larger warforged, pretty much the same size as you, step onto this drawbridge and over onto the slated roof. W2LL, step forward. You recognize him as the first.
I will remove my helm, step to an adequate distance, and stand in a position of respect, but also authority. So respect towards him, but with the same authority that he carries. Cradling my helm in my arm.
Brother, years have not been kind to you. What is this cloth?
I think it looks rather fashionable.
I seek vengeance in the night. I'm Batman.
So, the dwarves have been appeased, or died out.
To the best of my knowledge, died out. There has been no
So you're not certain?
no mention, tales, nor any talk of any dwarven floating cities or such like in the past 1,000 years.
Very viciously making notes behind him.
Is this your scribe?
He is following me around.
So you're a scribe.
Just
He describes his own path.
What are those small things? He just points at a modron. I find them fascinating.
There'll be time for that later.
Noted.
So, we have been monitoring your situation for a while now, but we're uncertain of our ability to intervene.
How would you be uncertain? We are the Warforged. It is quite literally what we do.
As much as this is our duty, we had to be sure Eraba was rid of the dwarves.
Unfortunately, I cannot give any more certainty than I already have. There is no method for me to travel to all parts of this globe in adequate enough time to make sure before this plane succumbs to whatever creatures or monstrosities have been released to it.
Very well. We still have a very big problem here. What's the situation on the ground?
As of this moment, no ensuing battles on land, but all ships, all seafaring vessels, and all intelligent mortal life that seafarers have either been eradicated or stopped due to the danger in the waters. Though I cannot be sure, I have seen creatures alike of the aboleth and water beings attacking a ship. I have the only seafaring ship in these waters, and these are the encounters that I have witnessed and heard.
There is something larger afoot.
There is no doubt. I have not witnessed anything, but there is a wizard that has been guiding and aiding this venture, this mission, and I do believe him when he says there is something quite big and dangerous coming.
Have you been to all of the islands?
Not all, but most.
What's the situations there?
There were world anchors, chains, one in the ocean, one on the Isle of Wyvern, two in the ocean.
Two in the ocean.
Two in the oceans, one on the Isle of Wyverns. And
So, just as a quick reminder, slightly meta, so the first anchor you did just had a collection of large predatory fish surrounding it.
I was not here for that session.
So sharks,
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
sharks that move fast.
Sharks are going to swim a lot faster than you are able to. So, are you really that surprised?
Yeah, but that was fucking fast.
The second one was on Wyvern Bank, mainly being circled by some strange form of undead humanoids.
The Horde.
Quickly roll me. An insight check.
21. No, sorry. 18. 19.
So, you are aware that the majority of these were necronium infected. humanoids. They're the same yellowish coloration as some of the others that you know was Necronium infected. And then the third anchor was inside the shipwreck with the lava boiling out of it. That boiled the water directly, immediately, in its immediate surroundings. Yeah, so 3 anchors.
So I explained the 3 anchors. With creatures infected with Necronium guarding them, along with what's the island where the fisher village is? The name of the island?
Icegar Archipelago.
Yes. So I don't have my picture.
So I'm just unsure because there's 2 fishing villages. There's the Arakokra village as well.
No.
Plus
so
Edge that's on the main island.
yes, no. On the islands where we found the mine for Necronium.
Yeah.
And the entrance to the underdark. A smaller and excessively large summoning magic inscribed in the ocean floor and on land on those islands.
Any idea what form of summoning?
It is undetermined at this time. The calculations for its purpose were left with the wizard Enegron.
I should very much like to meet this wizard at his earliest convenience.
What is the speed this skip can fly?
Significantly faster than even a horse.
Better yet, I have a portal in the basement of this building, directly to his chambers.
Very well. What about the other islands?
I'm trying to picture the map. Like what ways in which one? Yes, please.
So we're trying to. Likia was the exit from the dock. Other dock.
Thinking about what happened at those islands that might be significant to
I
tell.
don't think you did much on Likia.
No, we literally got out and then.
Yeah, and then we went to the first village, or where the first settlers were,
Yes.
where the first were born.
And then there was a smaller island close to which I left my nucleus.
Yeah, that one.
Yes.
The Luke.
So, let me get my pointy light stick.
There we go.
The point
It has a better use.
So,
today, class.
Adomawyr. But then you also need to hold it correctly. So, Adomawyr, this is mainly where you guys have been. I'm not sure how clued up on the map you are.
No,
Okay,
I know Adomawyr. That's that one.
so this is the Isles of Adomawyr.
Yes.
So theoretically, all of these are part of Adomawyr. Adomawyr is the primary island, that is this particular one. So you guys are there at Rivergate. There is a lighthouse there. Amu spent a lot of time in this bay area looking for the tentacles he thought he saw. The fishing village that I spoke of earlier, Cliff's Edge, is over there. And you haven't been introduced to Enegron yet. So that will happen shortly. That's over here at Witchlight. The anchors that Will just spoke of, one was there, Wyvern Bank, and then one was about there and one was about there. Those 3 kept this portal in place, which is the filling of the plains
To the water.
to the water, Vattenheim. So this is where they jumped through. So, well, what's it now? 3 years ago. 2.5. Because that happened at the time that Nick left me. So she died in the passing. Literally. Well, her character. I don't know if she's still alive or not. I'm assuming she is. So, and that portal then remained open until the anchors were broken. There they lost a character. Not necessarily sure that was a bad thing. Wasn't intentional, but I don't think it was a bad thing. Wyvern Bank, yeah. Wyvern Bank, the island predominantly occupied by dragons and mostly sharp, rocky landscape. That is also where the 2 kobolds are from, which I don't think you've actually met them before.
And the nice whiskey you drank last time.
Yeah, that also comes from Wyvern Bank. Cool. That is their first encounter with one of the big, deadly sea creature types.
Was that the Kraken?
That was the Alien-saurus, I think. That might have actually been before your time as well.
I know we also faced
Well, no, that is a Kraken, sorry, that is the Kraken. Asgore Archipelago, so that is the small group of islands he spoke of. Evenhold is there, you haven't actually been there. So the summoning circle was in this lagoon over here, and the entrance to the mines in the Underdark is there. Then there is Glikia, which is this curved island over here, which is where you guys exited from the Underdark. You spent a little bit of time there. Luckily, the Vengeance, your ship, was docked there at the same time you got there, so you very quickly got transported back to the main islands. The other 4 islands you've never bothered to visit.
He blew that one up. Close enough, blow it up.
Yeah, well, you dropped Necronin there and caused Jay, which has morphed quite a lot, to come forth with some undead, including a undead red dragon that killed the second of Mike's characters.
The same dragon killed 2 of my guys.
Standing up.
Take note.
Right there behind you on top of the shelf.
So take note. They did kill the dragon the first time.
Yeah. You kill it the second time?
Yeah, and then my latest character scattered it and used it as fertilizer. There's no bringing that bitch back.
I wouldn't be so sure.
True resurrection.
No, even worse, just think some Dunomancer comes there, time travel.
I made a foolproof nuke, essentially, and I wanted to drop it there, but the closest portal to there that we could make was somewhere around here.
So if Mike drops underneath the table and starts twitching, I do apologize, but it's in the name of entertainment.
Oh, fuck.
There it is.
Fuck off.
That is the thing that killed
Like many of his freaking Dink got a full face of fire.
Killed my second favorite character.
Was Dink also a fairy?
I think it was a favorite.
Yeah.
Well, technically your favorite one is still alive.
Yeah. But
You just don't want to play with him.
yeah, no, let's leave him on the ship. I like him. Let's leave him
Fang the guy that.
So don't make the mistake of thinking that he is invulnerable just because you're not actively playing with him.
Fair.
Because we've seen even Captain Salt Eater can get.
Okay, but that was played as solid to me even by probably this.
No, it wasn't. Because you killed the red dragon before you got the dragon fire whiskey.
That's true. That's true.
So, no.
Not this one.
For once, he did not kill a someone affiliated with the Solemn.
He did. For once.
Okay, is everyone up to date with what's going on with the islands now?
I guess we must our guild is called the Solid Guild.
The mercenaries you just signed up to.
Oh yes, welcome, you're new here.
So L-E-M-A.
Yeah, Solemn.
Yes.
Solemn Guild.
We were the Solid Guild and our party is called the Solid.
I would have said more Will and his gang, but.
Will and the boys.
The willing boys.
Will and his wondrous beast.
Will and his toys.
Will and the fabulous killjoys.
Well, and whoops, what's all these corpses?
Yeah, you did leave behind the streak of corpses of people you call friends.
Like, if there's someone taking notes of the deaths, it's like he comes back and like, oh, I lost another body, I probably should go and report that this guy's dead.
I don't know. Their graves are there, they can...
So this is not modern times when you need an official death certificate.
Yeah, I just bring them the head and they kind of know from there.
Bring me his head!
Yes, but is there any way that he could have survived? His fucking brain is on your desk.
I don't know. Could you? Like, just one head, like, I don't know.
Bring me his head. I think that's the only part that's left, actually.
Lucky
I couldn't find it.
So, obviously, I've spoken about Wyvern Bank, Scar Pelico,
Glikia.
just the basics, like, we didn't spend a lot of time.
Yeah, I know
on
the
that
spelling
report.
doesn't agree. But it's fantasy, so I don't give a shit.
Nothing to report about Glikia and the other 4 islands. Nothing to report as I have not laid eyes upon it.
We should probably go visit them sooner rather than later, see if they are survivors for a start, and if one of them might be a potential source of, say, problem.
Yes, if we can use the skips, it would be very advantageous. My ship is currently in full repairs and it is a much slower journey.
So you are all landlocked.
Yes.
From which island did Amu walk?
So that is a very relevant question that I don't think we've actually answered
We
yet.
haven't discussed it.
So you did, if I remember correctly, the initial discussion was you started following them when they initially appeared out on Glikia itself.
So probably.
And then, I mean, obviously because of your biology, or rather lack thereof, I mean, running underground, got onto Adomawyr itself. Not 100% sure how you exactly followed. We'll still workshop that a little bit. But you weren't initially stationed in these parts. So you would have been stationed elsewhere, closer to where the doors might be a problem. But that's also open to interpretation. So, shall we go visit this wizened friend of yours?
Yes. And shall we float down to the streets below, or do you wish to come down the stairs?
He looks over the roof. I think it's safer to take the stairs. Turns around, barks some orders back to the skiff, and you can see Modron scurrying about, and the skiff starts rising up and heading back to the main armada.
As we're making our way down, it is good to see you, brother. How is the atmosphere?
For the most part, nothing out of the ordinary. Raba is our primary concern, as that is where the primaries really spent their heart and soul in. But with the greed of the dwarves, it has been difficult to return. The mechanism itself is in good repair. We've been generating significantly more Modron in order to service the mechanism. I'm assuming you're running off of them, listening to all of this.
They will pass by Ragvold on the way down.
Yeah.
So you're stepping aside to let us pass.
Will, your friend, good to meet you, Ragvold Henriksen.
No, it's also the first time that you're seeing me without a helmet.
Yes.
Yes. So you see a mechanical face of some sorts. And when I do speak and such, that you can see there is actually movement going on. It's not just a helmet.
So W1LL doesn't take your hand. He clicks his heels and salutes.
Oh yes. Good to make your acquaintance. What is your name?
W1LL.
So Will.
Yes.
All right.
So he's like,
And I assume he looks like almost identical to.
Pretty much.
Like if you were to kind of gauge it, he would be what you'd call a classic car, whereas Will would be a
this
slightly newer version of that car. He was the one who had a hand in creating Will as well as.
So
Will's.
Will made Will.
Yeah.
All right.
So Will is Will, but spelled W2L.
Are we on our way somewhere?
we're gonna go see the wizard. Good timing. I need to go give him back some books.
I'm quickly going to ask you to roll me a intelligence check at disadvantage.
I don't think you can get worse than that one.
Well, if it's a natural one.
Yeah, it's a natural one.
Okay, so I'm guessing the best place for push-ups would be there at the front.
Pretty much. That just down for you.
Oh, thank you to care about
If you
me.
were to want to collapse.
So it is a natural one in my intelligence.
Okay. You don't have a clue what Will and Will is talking about.
Just Will and Will.
There's just, it's too much complicated information all at once. You're struggling to keep up.
A lot of information. Getting snippets.
You're like shorthanding, but even your shorthand is shorthand.
Yeah, but it's not really a case of you're not able to write down what they're saying. It's a case of you're not comprehending what it is that they're saying. So
Everything they're
even if you're as you're writing it down, you're not following what's the conversation.
But I get what I write it down, but I don't understand what I'm writing down. Well, we'll find out later.
I'll just follow then. All right.
Should we get the
Ranford looks very confused, but he's just gonna
where's
step in line.
at the moment
In the courtyard.
in the water? Should we go get the wooden one as well?
Do you have an AMU unit here as well?
I do. Adomawyr had appeared a few days ago, following me from one of the other islands, supposedly. But its communication module had been broken, and I must apologize for my lack of communication, as up until recently I have lost all memory banks. Regaining them with the help of a docent.
Should send you in for some repairs.
Indeed.
I believe there are some Modron that wouldn't mind getting their tiny claws on you. It will be good to meet up with the AMU unit as well.
I shall call upon it. It is currently in the courtyard of this building, however, in its larger form, taking the form of a giant scorpion, but it does have humanoid forms as well. And I assume we'll just kind of make our way to the courtyard, to which I will call to Amu. Amu, this is my predecessor, W1LL.
So, will Amu recognize?
Roll insight.
19.
You do recognize this one, although you've never directly interacted with it.
So, Amu will immediately switch to her humanoid form and then stand to attention.
Quickly roll me 3d6.
That's
What are the numbers?
633.
Okay. MU 633, correct?
Yes, sir.
Have you done your duty?
I have indeed, sir. There's you
Where's the rest of you?
damaged, sir. We have been hunted, which you know that.
So he will be aware, at least. But I mean, you guys were left behind as reconnaissance units. You weren't really supposed to be able to be caught, at least not easily. I shall be careful when I'm looking. Sorry, the laptop is losing power.
This unit got separated from its group. We split up to monitor dwarven holds.
Sí, sí, corazón. Don't get excited, Mike.